People like each other, then they're beefing on Twitter the next day. It's kind of ridiculous, we can all agree. But there is one thing that shines through all of the ridiculousness, and that is the builders that are actually creating real value for real people in the real world. This is not a call about speculation or gambling or flipping NFTs. This is really a call about shipping and shipping real products to real people. We have 3,000 people who have registered for notifications about this call. If you are new here, we do offer a $50 bounty for the best recap thread of the ecosystem call. It is on earn.superteam.fun. Number one win, MetaMask has added support for Solana through Solflare, which means that the 30 million users that MetaMask has can now use any Solana dApp basically seamlessly, helping to expand the pie. Win number two, Eclipse, ETH's fastest L2 powered by the SVM. Now, the SVM is just superior to a lot of other virtual machines. It means easier bridges into the ETH network. And most of all, it's another sign that shows the credibility of how good the tech is. Next up, we have another very important win here. The Validator 1.16 update has rolled out. The network stays up. We're at like 8 months of straight uptime. Confidential transfers are now here. It's faster. It just moves better. It's better optimization for data storage. Number four, for we like the tech, Helio is now powering crypto payments for WooCommerce. It was the default e-commerce plugin for WordPress, which has, as you can see, 3.3 million users around the world. This is in addition to the 4 million Shopify stores that exist. The next section of wins. The first one is Solana shining here with a lot of net inflows over the course of the year, the last 31 weeks. Sometimes there are net inflows bridging into Solana. Sometimes there are net outflows bridging out of Solana or any other network. And what you will see is that Solana has 27 weeks of inflows. That means almost always people are bringing more money onto Solana than they're taking off it. Win number six, 5 million unique kilometers mapped over on HiveMapper, faster than Google was moving across right now. Win number seven, 50 million CNFTs. This is what like real world usable tech looks like. CNFTs, massive right now. They are the dramatic majority. Win number 8, Star Atlas is crushing right now. They are doing 1 million transactions a day. 6,000 profiles doing all of this on chain. We like the squads. V4 is there, best multi-sig in all of crypto. Win number 10, the homies over at TipLink. They have just launched some Chef's Kiss Nice gift cards here. So now if you are in 50 countries, you can now instantly off-ramp using these gift cards across 2,500 different providers. Win number 11, Jupiter ships the Bridge Comparator. If you have some ETH friends that maybe haven't tried it before, send them over here. They can compare all the bridges all in one place, see what the best pricing is. The India Hacker Houses smashed it here. 1,000 plus attendees. Day one of Mumbai, 697 people came out in the depths of a bear market. In the way that Superteam helps onboard producers to Solana, people with talent who want to develop, design, market, whatever else it might be, Solana All Stars focuses on bringing on the users that will feature very heavily as we kind of hit the mainstream, right? Win number 14, this is a big one. What has just been launched through the Open Block team and the Solana Foundation is retroactive grants funding. The idea is if you've done anything good for the ecosystem, public goods, largely that's going to be around tooling, maybe it's content, maybe it's something else I don't even know about. You can now go apply. You can nominate anyone else who's done great work and they will get a share of $250,000, which is pretty incredible. Win number 15, we have 5,000 builders competing at Hyperdrive. You have until October 15th. Here's what I would say. Go sign up if you haven't already. There's still plenty of time to participate. There will be winners who are made within a single week. It is not as hard as it once was. That's ultimately what's going to matter to folks. Win number 16, Buildstations are live all around the world, folks. If you are building for Hyperdrive or if you just like hanging out with cool people, go over to the local build station. There's one right now in the UK, there's one in Berlin, and there's a few others all around the world. India, I think, is starting tomorrow. Last quick win, we are releasing a new hackathon pitch deck template. So if you are working for Hyperdrive or for anything else, honestly, if you just have a startup, excellent deck here with a ton of insights on how you can win, how to position your story. It's got tips and everything else. We're just going to jog through a metrics minute of what's going on the network. Solana's total value locked up 10% month on month. I believe this is the 2023 height so far. The big number this month, active wallets down 30% month on month, which is pretty interesting, I must say. After trying to research it a little bit more, it seems that it is largely bot behavior that is down. Non-voting text transactions per day, basically flat. Right? So we have 30% less active wallets, but the active wallets that are there are actually doing 30% more transactions. Total staking wallets now at 740,000 almost, which is another increase. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Stake your goddamn soul, people. Stake your soul if you have not already. If you do not have a Breakpoint ticket yet, go get one. If you have a Breakpoint ticket, plan to get there early. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff happening. Alpha Drops is upon us. Let's start off with the first ever ETH guest, the head of the MetaMask Snaps program, none other than Mr. Christian. What can you tell us about MetaMask Snaps for the people that maybe have not seen it yet?
Yeah, so Snaps is a way to add new features to MetaMask. And so when you install a snap, it'll expand the functionality of MetaMask. And there is now a snap built by the Solflare team, which is a full-blown Solana wallet. And you can use it to connect to Solflare, to Radium. You can use it with any dApp that adds support for the snap. And it now makes it possible for you to hold Solana assets and NFTs in your MetaMask wallet. You'll actually have a Solana address that's derived from your SRP. If you ever delete the snap and reinstall it, you'll get the same address back. And you can use it with the whole Solana ecosystem. It's a great way to get your MetaMask friends onboarded to Solana, to try it out, to go start exploring Solana apps.
And does this require any special things from a developer side, or this is an open program, anyone can start to implement this?
So anyone can start using the snap and start exploring the snaps that are available. And if anyone has a Solana dApp, they can talk to the Solflare team and learn how to integrate MetaMask with their dApp too. You can bridge from the Ethereum that you have in MetaMask to Solana, to these Solana assets. So you can actually do like a bridge and swap, right?
Yeah, totally. From basically all EVM chains using vBridge.
Yeah, we would love for people to try it out and give us feedback, but we want to hear from Solana users and we want to hear what you think.
Solflare is doing something crazy that not enough people know about. Had to get them on the call. Can you please tell people about the SolScout program?
Yes. So basically we've built this super cool tech with MetaMask of allowing MetaMask users actually to get into Solana. But then the question remains, okay, what should I do in Solana? So what apps should I use? What is super cool in Solana to actually explore? And this is how actually the SolScout campaign came about, where you thought, okay, let's partner up with some amazing partners from the ecosystem and give them like a super easy, simple, and gamified way to actually explore some of these apps. It's 25 missions with 25 partners, and you can win $100,000 in rewards and 50 Solana sagas by just completing missions.
50 sagas.
That's a big fat reward pool, and I want to thank our partners who are sponsoring these rewards as well.
If you're making something, send it to me. I would love to help. And then before Breakpoint, we have the MEV camp in Amsterdam. We have the Network State Conference in Amsterdam, the Superteam National Dress Ball on November 1st. It's going to be pretty great. Drip House got a giant event on November 2nd, and then October 30th to November 3rd is, of course, Breakpoint. Well, folks, I got good news for you all. You are all about to see Kamino V2 for the very first time.
As you know, Kamino, we built it really because we understood that concentrated liquidity was the best place to get yield and ULP on Solana or any DEXs. The cool thing about these liquidity vaults is that when you deposit into them, which you can just do with one click, super easy to do, and either token and everything is automated. But when you deposit into them, you get fungible K tokens, right? Instead of an NFT that sort of sit there, you have fungible K tokens. And this kind of brings us to the main powerhouse or centerpiece of what 2.0 really is powered by, and that's this borrow lend market. And that's features and risk management that you just don't see elsewhere. So really it has two main features here, the two sort of flagship areas that will make the biggest difference to people. One is that you have this one unified market. So I think you might have seen in other borrow lends, if you want to do cool, new, exciting things with tokens, you have to spread them out in isolated markets, fragments liquidity everywhere, and it just becomes ineffective and not used. Here, we're actually able to confine the risk parameters correctly so that we can have all types of collateral share in the same unified market. And that allows us to do a lot of very cool things and putting it all together. And that kind of brings us to the second part, which is E mode or elevation mode. And this really allows you to group these correlated assets together like Sol, Jito Sol. And down here, you'll see some of the K tokens, right? And we'll have more. And this means that you can do much more interesting things with them than just borrow against them conservatively. You can actually use them to really squeeze out and maximize the yield that you can get in DeFi. And that, I guess, brings us to multiply here. And so very quickly, you can see that if you just come in with any of your Sol, instead of having to manually take Sol, get G2 Sol, go back and borrow and do all of this, this is all done in one click and one slider up here. You can see all the visuals, the kind of APY you might expect to get, and it all just is done in one click and it's super easy. You'll be able to do this also with K tokens. So that means you won't just get the best yield as a user, but you'll further the liquidity in Solana DeFi. You'll increase the liquidity for liquid stake tokens, which is just the rising tide will lift all ships. And this is something you can only really do so easily here on Solana, which is what we're super excited about. And we love the K tokens as this very high yielding collateral type. The final product that you'll see here that's live and follows our philosophy in Kamino to not have idle capital just sitting around there. But we built this long short product. So using the borrow lend market, you can go long or short, Sol, G2 Sol, stable coins, just by borrowing that with simple leverage, all in one click. Everything can all be done. So you can manage any of these, deposit in, see all the simulations, how it'll go. And over here, you'll be able to see live charts and risks of everything, how it's all done. So we're very heavy on the analytics side. So in a nutshell, that's the kind of comprehensive overview of the product.
Much easier to use, much easier to understand the risks that are involved in the analytics that are there, all in one clean package, trying out new things, new light paper. That's the kind of only possible on Solana innovation we love to see.
Yes.
Do your own research, think it all through. But if you are into DeFi, this is a killer product. A few quick bounties to showcase. If you're not already on earn.superteam.fun, you got to get on there. A dev tutorial, $900 on here from the Solana mobile stack. We got a Twitter thread about Access Protocol paying $1,000, which I love to see as well. Summarize your findings, do the research, tell the good people about it. So those are two open bounties right now that anyone here can go participate in. We have another set of jobs as well. Orca, looking for a product designer. So maybe you're not a dev, but you got some design chops, thinking through both the UI and the UX. Go head over to that. That's on earn.superteam.fun. And a job at Pyth as a community manager. A lot of folks over on this call, I think, would be great for this role. Pyth, obviously an Oracle network that goes multi-chain. Also, as a reminder, actually, this is not even a reminder, this is alpha. There's $180,000 of side prizes for Hyperdrive listed on Superteam Earn right now. That means even if you do not win a main prize or get fourth place on a main prize, there's still another 180,000 that you could win over on that site. So make sure that you submit on those side projects. Tell your friends to go check that out as well. Here are the POAPs as well, folks. That's my
bro. Who hurt you, bro? Who hurt you?
So good.
On the street.